タケミッチ。顔と腹どっちがいい？
じゃあ腹。
2021 is stacked with anime of the year contenders. You got Fruits Basket final season, you got Odd Taxi, you got Skate, you got 86, you got My Hero Academia season 5. But out of all the animes that came out in 2021, in my personal opinion, and it's the right opinion just so you know, the best anime of this year is definitely Tokyo Avengers. But before we get any further into this video, make sure you go ahead and kick that subscribe button and then punch that notification bell so you never miss another upload. And then I want you to go ahead and stab that like button, comment, and share. But without further ado, let's talk about the best anime of 2021. Now, Tokyo Avengers, I really fuck with this anime, and I fuck with this anime so hard that I binged it in 2 days. Now, that might not be impressive, but people who know me knows that I can only watch 3 episodes in a row, maybe 5 if I'm feeling good. By the time I'm recording this video, it has about like 23 episodes, so you do the math. But before I actually talk about Tokyo Avengers itself, I gotta talk about the music because I fuck with this music hard. First off, the OP, it's a fucking banger. It's elite, the best opening of this year. Skipping this opening is basically a sin against all great openings like Promised Neverland opening 1, Haikyuu opening 4, Yu Yu Hakusho, and the Domestic Girlfriend opening, because everyone knows that the Domestic Girlfriend opening is the only good thing about that anime. The OSTs are pretty good. I don't know the names of them, but they're also really fucking good. And don't get it twisted, the endings are really good too, especially the first one. I jam with that heavy. I be putting in my earphones, putting on that opening, and walking down the street like. But you might end up skipping the endings just because of how fast you want to get to the next episode, because this anime is addicting. Tokyo Avengers follows the story of Takemichi Hanagaki, a 26-year-old loafer who has no real aspirations in life. And what happens after he finds out his high school girlfriend Hina was killed by gang violence? He meets up with Hina's younger brother Naoto, and when they shake hands, Takemichi is sent back in time by 12 years to when he was in high school. Now he has the ability to affect change and hopefully alter the future so Hina can be saved. Tokyo Avengers is an action thriller science fiction,
a certified hood classic.
First of all, Tokyo Avengers has a very unique concept. I don't know about y'all, but I don't know many animes where it focuses around the gang life, and the fact that it also doubles as a mystery makes it stand out more. And I really like how this anime just isn't a meathead anime. Like, you would think that an anime based around gang life would involve nothing but fighting, and don't get me wrong, they be boxing in this anime. This anime is really carried by its characters and its story. Oh yeah, before I actually start talking about the plot, this is gonna contain spoilers, so there you go. Now, when I first heard that this anime had a whole bunch of time shenanigans, I thought the time travel would be OP. But it turns out that the time hopping is actually really balanced. There's consequences for Takemichi not being in the past or not being in the future. If Takemichi goes back to the present, then his body in the past continues to live the day-to-day life, but sometimes it can ruin the progress that he set up. He has to find out clues and events in order to prevent those from happening in the past, which will lead to Hina's death. So he has to keep jumping back and forth between the past and the present. But this anime is extremely fun to watch. I really like how mature this anime is. I mean, first of all, it involves the gang life. They got middle schoolers and high schoolers out here boxing. There's people out here nose diving off buildings and kids getting sent straight to the shadow realm. The atmosphere of Tokyo Avengers really appeals to a more grown-up audience that I think that once you start, you really just can't put down. Now let's talk about the characters. Takemichi, he's cool as shit. Alright, he reminds me of Deku, and I love Deku, so I really like Takemichi. Oh yeah, and stop calling him a crybaby. Oh, every one of you who keeps calling him a crybaby, I'm pretty sure that you all will cry in the same situation, and y'all are probably the same people who call Deku a crybaby. Hina is wifey material. She is a ride or die. I need a woman like that in my life. I really started fucking with Hina when Takemichi got dragged out of class by Mikey and Draken, and she just went up and slapped the shit out of Mikey even though she was terrified. I was like, yes, sir! I mean, listen, you know Hina is wifey material when you are willing to go into the past and get involved with gangs in order to save her. Now let's talk about Mikey. I now know why Mikey is everyone's favorite character in Tokyo Avengers. Mikey just all around is just a badass. Like, bro, my man Mikey was being held down by 2 people getting hit in the head with a metal pipe and was like, you know what? Fuck this. God damn! But besides his badassery, Mikey's just an all-around really likable character who's very deep and complex. Then you got my man, my number one character, my boy Draken out here. Draken is basically the big brother of the show, and he's someone that you always want by your side, and he's able to keep everyone in check due to how basically grown up he is. Like, my man Draken lives in a brothel. I have never wanted to be a 14-year-old more in my life. And the fact that this man gets a dragon tattoo on the side of his head just makes him even more badass. And I find it funny that the tattoo artist who gave him this tattoo is like, man, I can't believe you're getting a tattoo at 14. Like, my nigga, you gave it to him. You were the last defense of him not getting a tattoo. And that is illegal. You can't do that. Takemichi and Hina might be the ideal relationship, but Mikey and Draken is the ideal friendship. Like, my man Mikey is letting his homeboy Draken smash his sister. Like, you've got to be good friends to allow your best friend to date your sister. I think where I really got hooked onto this anime was when Akun sent himself straight to the gulag by jumping off the top of the building. I knew from that point on, like, man, that was crazy. And ever since that point, or basically the first episode, the series just never slows down. It is always just crazy moment after crazy moment. And it just gets more and more intense as it goes on. Then we get to the Valhalla arc where shit turns up to 11. Everything in this arc was extremely entertaining. And then the whole fight at Bloody Halloween, oh my god, I can talk about that for a full video. MVP of the arc in my opinion, my second favorite character, Kazutora. Not only does he have a fire ass design, but he also has a very interesting character. There's just something about Kazutora that I just really like. Baji, also probably the MVP of this arc, a very, very good character. It was bittersweet seeing Baji send himself straight to the Shadow Realm, but he did it just so that Mikey wouldn't also send Kazutora to the Shadow Realm, and if that isn't some real nigga shit, I don't know what is. Chifuyu was also really likable, and also this man Kisaki, I know he's like the main villain and he has pulled some devious shit in here. He is crazy as a character. Like, it's crazy to think that this 14-year-old Kisaki is manipulating an entire gangs, matter of fact. Something else Tokyo Avengers does really good is the character interactions are fucking phenomenal. Whenever characters interact with each other, it feels like two genuine real life people are talking to each other. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and get to this. The fights in this anime are fucking fire. They're so entertaining to watch. And I really fuck with how gangs get down in Tokyo Revengers. It's just straight hand-to-hand combat, no guns. There's the occasional weapon, but it's mostly just hand-to-hand. And I really wish that's how gangs worked in the US. Oh yeah, one thing I have to ask, where are the fucking parents in this anime? I mean, I know Draken doesn't have any parents, but like, what about Mikey? What about Takemichi? Where is everyone else's parents? Like, my guy, you got 14-year-olds riding around on motorcycles.
What's the best kind of firework to buy?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
Where are your parents?
But to wrap everything up, Tokyo Avengers is very, very good. It's a must watch of 2021. It has great characters, a great story, a great concept, just everything about it is good, and I really just can't find a negative with this anime. You are missing out if you're not watching Tokyo Avengers because it is the best anime of 2021.